Well, do you feel anxiety from time to time? Like maybe in certain social situations, or maybe when you're putting yourself out there on social media, or when you think about starting a business. The fact is, you're not alone. You know, people often become overly self-conscious, wondering what other people might think of them right now. And they also become incredibly worried about things that might actually happen in the future. And I totally understand what this can be like. You know, I myself have gone through it. You know, having those restless sleeps where you can't get to bed and you're lying on your pillow and you're trying to talk your body to sleep because your mind just constantly goes on and on and on. Maybe you just get stuck thinking about whether or not you're going to get this job tomorrow, or you've got a challenging conversation you've got to have in a week's time and you just can't stop thinking about how it's actually going to go. It's this relentless internal chatter that just analyzes all of the what ifs inside your mind on and on and on. So here's the thing. Today, what I'd like to do is I want to give you a technique that I actually feel is the fastest technique that a person can use to handle anxiety. And once you practice this technique, not only will it reduce your anxiety, it's often been found that in many cases, it removes anxiety altogether. So the technique is called the Anxiety Alleviator. And its effectiveness fundamentally comes down to just one simple idea. And that is that you cannot be anxious if the event has already occurred. So the fastest way to reduce your anxiety is to actually mentally go beyond the moment in time that you're currently anxious about. And then imagine looking back at the successful completion of the event that was causing the anxiety in the first place. And that's because anxiety is actually a future-based trigger related to a specific event. And if you actually go beyond the event and look back at it, the anxiety no longer makes sense in your mind because the event has already happened. And therefore it actually can't activate, it can't trigger. So, how do you do it? Well, let me take you through it. Step number one, you want to think about the situation that you're actually anxious about. So let's just say that you're anxious about a presentation that you're doing at an event that's coming up next week, right? So that's the first thing. Tune into the event that you're anxious about. Step number two, think about an event that is going to occur after that event that would never actually cause you to be anxious. Like perhaps you really love catching up with friends. So maybe you picture catching up with a close friend for dinner at one of your favorite restaurants. Or perhaps you find like sitting on the couch watching a movie is something that you never feel anxious about. And once you have this event that's clear inside your mind, you basically begin the process of imagining it inside your mind's eye. So if we take the dinner example, right? So let's take the dinner example right now. I want you to imagine that you are sitting there with your friend and you want to tune into like, what do you see? What do you hear? What are you feeling in that moment? Immerse yourself in the reality of being at that dinner with your friend now. And then we just move to step three. Here's how it works. While remaining out there in that future event that doesn't cause you anxiety, simply take a moment to reflect on the successful completion of the event that was causing you to feel anxious in the first place. So for example, you can imagine that you are telling a friend about that presentation. So you imagine at the dinner, you're telling your friend about this incredible presentation that you just delivered, how good it felt to share your message with the audience, how successful it was. And what you'll find is that because you are looking back at the event, looking back into the past, the anxiety can't actually exist because it can't activate. To your mind, the feeling of anxiety for a past event doesn't make any sense because this is not how anxiety is structured inside the mind. Now, the more you actually practice this, the more you'll notice the anxiety disappearing until eventually it's actually gone altogether. But I just want to say this. This is actually a quick fix technique in that it's a cure, but it's not a prevention. If you want to stop anxiety actually activating in the first place, then you actually need to look a lot deeper. And by deeper, I mean you need to look at releasing one of three important things. Either a past event, like a negative event of some kind, a trapped emotion inside your body, or potentially like a conflict of values. And in my experience, these are the only three things that can ever be the root cause of anxiety. Okay, I've got a bonus question for you, because if you watch that video, you're probably searching for something more. So here's the question. Do you want to create the life you desire? In your life today, are fear and anxiety and self-doubt actually keeping you stuck? Are you satisfied with your current financial situation? Are you satisfied with the amount of time and freedom that you actually have in your life right now? What I know to be 100% true is that what you're actually capable of is truly magnificent. But unfortunately, most people, what they do with their lives is mediocre at best. But the question we have to ask ourselves is, why is that? Well, the thing is, strangely, it's not because of their education. It's not because of their family. It's not because of their personality type. The number one thing that separates a mediocre life from a magnificent life is your mindset. Your mindset is your biggest asset. But why is mindset so important? Well, here's the thing. It's because when you change your thoughts, you actually change your feelings. Because when you change your thoughts, you also change your behavior. And most importantly, when you change your thoughts, you can change your future. You can actually begin to consciously create more success. You can create more fulfillment. You can create more wealth in your life by using your mindset. And the very best way to reprogram yourself for success is through the power of something known as self-coaching. Now, self-coaching is like having a user manual for your mind. And when you master your mind, you master your life. Now, the reason self-coaching is so effective is because, first of all, nobody knows you, your personality, your thoughts, as well as you do. Nobody knows your vision that you have for the way in which you want to live your life and the goals that you ultimately desire better than you. You know it better than anybody else. Plus, when you are self-coaching, you can actually vulnerably share your deepest secrets with yourself because you already know all of them. Now, to coach yourself properly, it takes a bit more than this quick video. And that's why I actually created a free event called How to Coach Yourself to Success. Now, in this event, I'm going to reveal to you a step-by-step system that you learn once and then you can rely on it for the rest of your life. It's based on over 10,000 hours of one-on-one coaching sessions, running hundreds of courses since 2009 and having an entire team of people helping to support me. Plus, I've been mentored by some of the top names in the industry along the way. But more importantly, it is your chance to reset your mindset and create the life you desire. Now, at this program, you're also going to learn the critical keys to a great life, such as how to play the game of life and win, how to become the most productive and successful version of you, and how to increase your self-worth and ultimately your net worth. So, if you want to learn more or get a free ticket to the event for you or someone you know, just click the link in this post. And if you're wondering why is it free, it's because we use a marketing method called freemium. So just like Zoom and Spotify and Gmail are free, they deliver great value for free, right? And a small percentage of people want more and decide to get the premium version of those services, which makes it a win-win for everyone. And that's exactly what we do. We do the same thing. So if you feel you want to create the life you desire, learn more, or get your free ticket to How to Coach Yourself to Success, simply click the link in this post or visit authentic.com.au. And I'll see you soon.